Good morning, DRG family. It's your boy, Small Engine Zell here. We have my Honda push mower here. I've done videos similar to this one on the channel, I believe. I don't remember, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I've cleaned this carburetor a few times, and now it won't stay running again. So I'm just gonna replace this whole carburetor. They're cheap enough, and this is not an ATV, it's a push mower, so it's not that serious. About the OEM carb. So first you're gonna pop your cover off, pop that air filter out. This is getting replaced too. I'm just it's like 9 a.m. and I'm waiting on the mail to run, or waiting on the Amazon guy to get here so he can bring a new carburetor and stuff. Y'all have to excuse Sophie in the background. She's eating. I don't know if it's gonna interfere with the quality of the video. The microphone is right here though. Come on, Sophie, come over here. Alright, y'all. So that's out of the way. Alright. Got my microphone up here. Hopefully y'all can hear me good. Like what it's doing. So you're gonna take these two 10mm bolts out. I usually use the impact for this, but I don't think it's charged. So it might be, but I'm just gonna use hand tools today. Not that serious. Just loosen it enough. I used to be fast at this, y'all, but it's been a few weeks. I'm rusty. Take those two 10mm bolts out. Make sure you shut your fuel off too. I'm gonna replace that line going to the carb too, but a new one's gonna come with the carburetor. So put those in a safe spot, wherever that may be, like right here. Take that vacuum hose off on the back side. Your vacuum hose going to the back right there. Alright, take off your choke mechanism. This one's still working fine. That gasket is cooked. Look at that, it ripped right off. But it's not the issue. I don't know why I rip gaskets off and throw them on the ground. It's hilarious. Just make sure that one's cleaned off real good. New one's gonna come with gaskets anyway. I'm gonna take a razor and get the rest of that one off. That one's still decent. Alright, and you're gonna take your gas line off. I ordered a new carburetor, but last time I cleaned this carburetor, we'll tell y'all this. The carb wasn't the problem. It's that we weren't getting fuel. We got fuel flow though, so that's not the issue. I will clean this carb probably again and keep it for future projects. I don't know yet, but just maneuver it till you get it out. Take that rod off, take that spring out, and there you have it. In a whopping 3 minutes of your time, you can take your carburetor off. So I'll be back when the mail runs, y'all. Put this one back on. Not put that one back on, but put a new one on. But we will take a razor and clean those gaskets up, if I have one. Or take a screwdriver, or so we say the flathead bit part, but take a flathead screwdriver, get the rest of that nasty gasket off. Alright. Just want to make sure that part there, that mating surface, is somewhat clean. You gotta be perfect. It's gonna seal regardless. But, let's see. Might even take this tank off and clean it. It does look kind of nasty. Yeah. Let's take the pull cord off. We might just go ahead and pull this tank too. That's where a lot of our issues lie, in that freaking tank. I don't want to lose these bolts. I had ordered these off of eBay because I couldn't find them anywhere else. But these are OEM bolts obviously, but I had to pay $10 for all three. Because I ended up getting the Husqvarna running first, and it was just a whole thing. I had two of the same mowers pretty much. Y'all had to be there for that time. That was a wild time when we first got started. But all right. So that's 310s holding that on too. I'm pretty sure. Yours might be different. Yours might be 8mm, but mine are 10. Some of these I work on end up being 8mm. So all right. Take this cover off. Of course, it's all together, right? I can slide that up separately, but man, let me get something so I can drain this gas and be prepared for it. I don't know what my little black bucket is. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Hold on. Oh, y'all be back. Let me find something to put this gas on. Alright, y'all. We back and I got my handy dandy oil catch slash old gasoline catch bucket. We want to finesse this a little bit, y'all, so hold on. I had stored this thing under a shelf somewhere. I couldn't remember where. Alright. Okay. Y'all, we in a little bit of a pickle here. I got it loose. Now I just gotta keep switching hands until I get around this cable. There we go. That's interesting. Yo, that fuel don't look that bad. I don't know. It's very interesting, y'all. The fuel looks good. I don't think I want to waste good fuel, so hold on. Get my gas can. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. Alright, y'all. So we may not have a card problem, but I'm not gonna send the card back. I still don't have it yet, so I can't send it back, but it'll be here today though. So y'all, remember I told y'all, well, as y'all can see, I was just going back to let the gas finish draining out of here. It's coming out of this tank really slow, but it's still fuel in this tank. So we have a float issue coming from the tank probably, because the fuel still looked clean. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this apart and clean it out real good. So hold on, let me turn the camera for y'all. Probably gonna need some pliers, but you know what y'all gonna say about a little fuel dripping in the ground, but it's all right. Sometimes these little clamps, sometimes you can get them with your hand, sometimes you can't, man. I say sometimes you can get lucky enough though. That's interesting. Y'all learn something new about Honda. Got a freaking filter inside the tank. All right. Well, so y'all, let me eliminate this filter altogether, and I'll be right back with y'all. Hold on. That's crazy, y'all. You know. I was about to say, man, because I know I clean that carburetor good, but this whole thing here was stopping the flow though for sure, or slowing it down more or less. But maybe it had to be above a certain fuel level to come. I don't know. It was still trickling out though. I don't know. But we took that filter out of the tank. We're gonna run it like this. It's bare hose. Pause. But yeah. Oh. Yeah, make sure all the gas is out of there for y'all do that. So if your Honda push mower ain't starting, man, if you're having a fuel flow issue, check your hoses, because this is the second time I'm revisiting this issue. I replaced this thing thinking it was that, being too lazy to take this tank off and inspect. That's all that is, though. Ain't too lazy to inspect, man. So the tank ain't in too rough of a shape. Still look pretty decent. But who knows? Maybe I'm making a mistake again by not cleaning this thing, right? Yeah. So, all right. She should start this time now. Hopefully. There's never a guarantee, right? Hook our fuel supply back up. We should be getting good flow now, but all right, y'all. But if your Honda, if your Honda push mower isn't starting after you clean the carb, or even after you replace it and you know you're getting good spark, it's not doing. Check your fuel flow if it's running for a little bit and dying out. Check that filter in that tank, man. Check the filter in the tank. But so you're just gonna reassemble this in reverse order, and yeah, just follow the steps that I used the first time. Reverse that order, and pretty much, yeah. So I'll get back with y'all and do that. All right, guys. So I'm back. It was 9 in the morning when we started. What time is it? It's like 4 in the afternoon. So fresh out the truck, y'all. Say that for last. We don't need that right now. See what we got in this box of tricks. The reason we didn't put the old one back on, we needed these gaskets actually. So I have plenty of old gaskets, but yeah, I want to do this one time. We have a new spark plug, but we already changed the spark plug in this one, so we hold on to that for extra part, extra fuel shut off. This one works fine, and I have the OEM one that still works fine, so we're good on that. Usually when they send these spark plugs, I ain't gonna lie, they're usually not the right one. So, all right, carburetor, main star of the show. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but the microphone's over here. Let's clip it on the mower somewhere. It works, y'all see it? All right, right there. Cool. All right. Oh, that's pretty. It's beautiful. Alright, so I'll be back with y'all. Let me get these gaskets put together and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back now, y'all. So, this part right here, pretty much, it only goes one way. The rod will only fit in that one hole. And then you put the little tiny spring in the other hole. It only goes one way. Alright. So, we got that together. We already got our gasket set on this. Got our gasket and our bolts already ran through there. This air cover kind of holds it for you, so it's a little cheat code. All right, boom. That's on there. I already got this put together pretty much. We'll do it one thing at a time. We'll go ahead and put our gasket on there. And we're gonna put our auto choke on here. Alright, make sure that's pressed on there good. Make sure your gaskets are good. Make sure you have a semi-clean, like, mating surface. And it gotta be perfect, but decent enough, you know. I said I was gonna replace that gas line, but it's still flowing okay, so we ain't gonna worry about it. This vacuum tube back here, I always save it for last. It goes on the air filter. But yeah. All right. All right. Make sure it's on there good. Make sure everything pressed on there good. You hand tighten these until you can get a ratchet on them, obviously. You want to push this cover back and separate it from these bolts sitting in there, just to make sure you're not crossed there. And if you can't hand tighten it, in the beginning, not threaded right, obviously. You want to be real careful. The aluminum is very tedious, so pretty sure it's aluminum. Look like it. If it's not, my apologies, y'all. I'm just do a little welding, so I might know a little something. You know what I mean? And just like that, gentlemen and ladies, if you're trying to DIY this yourself, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you have installed your new carburetor on your Honda push mower, and you have good fuel flow. So guess what it should do now? It should start. So, all right. Well, unless y'all want to watch me put the air filter in. This thing was crying for a new air filter. Look at that. Green is not really my taste, but it's all right. Well, I take that back. I own a few John Deere's, so I can't really say that. Ain't that right, y'all? All right, boom, we in there. All right, let's get this thing on the ground and see what we got. All right, guys. So I did pull the not the screen, but Lord, I did pull the cord, and it crunk up at about 3. But this right here, make sure that spring and rod is not hung up on your throttle right there. Well, not your throttle, but your brake cable, because mine was. Sophie, because mine was, and she's barking at a cat. Y'all excuse her. She ain't got no sense. But okay, yeah, the mower crunk up, but it was wide open throttle. So let me crank it up again so y'all can hear. Sophie, please, quiet. Whoa. I forgot this is not a wireless microphone. Sophie, I'll crank this mower up. Y'all should be quiet. Hold on. Not bad at all, y'all. You see it surged a little bit, but that's just a Honda when it's a new carburetor like that. But to get that fuel flowing. So yeah, I'm gonna put the bag back on it, y'all. We gonna cut some yard and we're gonna clean it up. Let me turn around, man.